accomplished like nothing with this game so far. I kind of want to see more of it before I just go do stuff and like decide whether or not we're gonna keep going or not. So far, it's neat. It's definitely not a game I've ever played like this before. Where's my other sleeve? So I do want to see how the rest of it plays out. Let's pause FTL. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Once it signs in. Once it signs in. There it is. Alright, Dragon Age Origins. Apparently you can install the games directly to the console, according to Polyhydride, but I don't have a jump drive that's strong enough to do that. So the disc is just going to have to run like a jet turbine, and there's not much I can do about it. I will say the game does play like a D&D campaign, which has definitely been an interesting concept so far. What are you barking at back there, dog? Also, congratulations on being first today. Continue. You are the first in chat. A prestigious title to be in, indeed. We have to wait for it to try and reach the Dragon Age servers that don't exist again. The non-existent Dragon Age servers. The Xbox can connect to the internet. There's none of the servers, aside from the console update servers, exist anymore. This is what's funny about that. Ow. Alright, let's resume. Arrived in Ostagars, the newest recruit. Oh, that loading screen's already. The loading screens don't stay long enough for me to read them. It's really funny because I never thought the loading screens were long back on like the Xbox or anything, but now that like we have, you know, solid state drives and NVMe M.2 drives and stuff, you realize, wow, loading off disk is really slow. Alright, I wanted to make changes to our radial menu. I want to assign this to B. Right, cannot heal or regenerate health and takes continuous spirit damage. Yeah, we want that on a button that's nearby. And this is our other big one. Sustained abilities provide a constant benefit as long as they're active. Sustaining them ties up a portion of your mana or stamina. Okay, so we don't have to worry about switching bars anymore, because now we've got our things. There's Duncan again. Let me know if the game's too quiet. Never seen the radial controls for this? Yeah, I guess it's got like a radial menu and everything on the Xbox version. I think I have this on Steam, but if I remember, this game doesn't have controller support on Steam. I'm pretty sure I got this for like super cheap at one point on Steam. Oh yeah, no, there it is. It is on Steam. Yeah, Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition. I've only played it keyboard and mouse. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to play this game if it was only keyboard and mouse. Yeah, I must have got this on like turbo sale. Yeah, controllers not supported. This game wasn't designed to support controllers, which is funny because I'm pretty sure it came out on PC at the same time that it came out on console. So that's very comical that it doesn't have a a controller support on PC. That's very strange. It's okay, we'll just play it on this version.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought. This place hasn't
This is one of
seen
the
such
last
bustle
games
in
you got
centuries, I'll
physical?
wager.
Holy crap.
Need a hand
It's a
getting
long
anywhere?
time ago. Tell me about Ostagar.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands.
You're a long time. No,
You
you're
were
a
just on
long
the
time
eastern
ago.
side of the
What's going
ruin.
on, Cider?
The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody
old.
important.
Batty old. You gotten 2 hours of sleep?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible. A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Where to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest. Go on then. Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
I'll be on my way then.
Good luck to you then.
I'm gonna go wander around with my death aura active.
Greetings. King Kalen is not in his tent right now.
Why not though? Hang on, let me go blow my nose real quick. I'm like dribbling. Alright, there we go. I don't know what that is. Sometimes I just have days where, like, I just never don't feel congested. And I'm not, like, sick. I don't have, like, a cold or anything.
I suppose I do, but it wouldn't be prudent to discuss the king's business with you.
Oh, okay.
I believe he's with the Grey Wardens in camp, drinking. He holds them in high regard, you know, as his father did. As you wish.
We have, like, no persuasion ability, apparently.
You approach the tent of Tairn Logain. State your business. How can you not know of Logain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Tairn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Logain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn. He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities. I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Tairn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Tairn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Tairn Logain tells him. Without the Tairn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are. Don't be absurd. He can't give an audience to everyone who walks up here, you know. Very well.
Oh, it's Duncan.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need? Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Oh, okay. So I guess we gotta find Alistair first.
This isn't good. I hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help. This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first. Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
We gotta help the doggo. I'll accept you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. Kill the dog. No! Does not challenge you. After you are done, he whimpers plaintively.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
It might be. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre.
Oh, where can I find it?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
I'll see if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Okay, so we need to find flowers in the wilds.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Lie? Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
Who are you?
The name's Daveth. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cooked this ritual up just for our benefit. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
It wouldn't frighten me.
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of? It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
Forcing you to be
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
How do you do?
There's the quartermaster guy.
You there, elf. Where's my armor? And why are you dressed so preposterously?
You mistaking me for a servant?
What? Oh, you're the one who arrived with the Grey Warden. Please, forgive my rudeness. There are so many elves running about, and I've been waiting for... It's simply been so hectic. I never thought... But please, pardon my terrible manners. I am just the quartermaster, a simple man. No one special.
If you should treat your servants more kindly.
Yes, of course, you're very right. Did
Wouldn't
you
call him out
come
on his
for some
bullshit.
supplies, perhaps? Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Let me see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Oh, we're never gonna be able to afford this. Actually, never mind. I picked up a bunch of garbage. We might be able to afford some of this. What do these ones do? Oh, only spellcasters can use their mana potions. Okay. It doesn't tell you how much... Okay, so these are the small ones, so we can probably get rid of these then. We don't. I don't know what any of this is for crafting yet. Probably don't want to get rid of that yet. With this, we might end up needing. Who knows? Oh, this would be cool. I think we may have just sold all of our equipment. Did we just sell all of our equipment? Oh, no, right. We were honest and gave the dude back the staff. We don't have the staff anymore. Right. Okay, that enchanter
again.
staff would be
Is there
really
something
nice.
you need? Some supplies, perhaps? So long as you keep it quiet.
It'd be nice to get this. Granted, we're not dealing fire, cold, or electricity damage, but the +1 magic and resistance would be nice. What's this other shit
Hello
selling?
again.
Can I get a
Is there
weapon
something you
somewhere
need?
else? I just
Some
sold all of them
supplies,
to him?
perhaps? Let me know what you'd like.
Well, it looks like I can at least get this, which is better than nothing. Should get a pair of gloves. I have nothing on right now. Babari crunches? I guess we can keep those if we have the dog. What's this? It's cured of a single injury. I don't think we've noticed injuries yet. We might need that. Trying to distribute weight evenly, letting explorers fight unfettered even when carrying large quantities of gear. Each backpack purchased automatically increases your inventory capacity. Oh, let's just grab that then. That's important. We definitely want that. What's the magic symbol in the corner? Is that just because I have a magic staff equipped? Oh, it counts it as what magic spell it's going to cast on it. Does it say what kind of power damage it does, or is that just general magic damage? There's an infirmary.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it...
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
And who are you?
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Eamon. I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens. Those camped in the valley are all human.
Oh. You have a problem with that?
No, clearly the Grey Wardens pick their recruits on their merits. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
Sure.
I
That'd be
fought
nice
hard
to
to
him.
get here. Impressing Duncan was not easy. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
It's all a big secret,
I
apparently.
never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Why did his eyes get so big? What happened there? That was weird.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming. I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
What's wrong with him?
Aside from his wounds, we're not sure. His blood is untainted. He's just terrified.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
Okay. Who are these guys?
I do not wish to speak. Not before the battle begins.
Okay.
Hey there. What's your name?
Oh, it's Pick, sir.
Go tell Tern Loghain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Anyone else we can talk to here?
We stand here in this hour, good folk of Ferelden.
Who are you?
What do we have here? I heard the new Grey Warden recruit was from the Circle. I don't believe we've met, but I've certainly heard a lot about your talent. My name is Wynne, and I congratulate you on your harrowing, marvelous work.
Raleigh, how's it going?
Dangerous place.
We're trying Dragon Age for the first time. All about that.
Oh ho, you know all there is to know already, do you? Irving
McPhee,
said as much
welcome in.
about you. Remarkable self-confidence. So, a Grey Warden
Legally distinct Baldur's Gate.
alongside the king.
Was Baldur's
Not
Gate
too shabby
before
for
this
someone
game?
just out of apprenticeship.
I know the third one came out like super late from the second game's release, but I don't remember I never played Baldur's Gate 1 or 2. I only know Baldur's Gate from like actual Dungeons and Dragons, not the video game side of it.
The king must always seem confident. His behavior affects the troops' morale. He does seem to find his enthusiasm easily, though. Reminds me of a puppy. And I say that with both respect and affection. He is a fine man. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work
With the previous
together.
Mass Effect convo,
It's
BioWare
not
being
an
tired
idea
of
everyone
paying
seems
Wizards for
able to
licensing. This is 2009, so yeah, I guess it makes sense. They didn't want to keep paying for licensing if they knew they could make the games themselves. I only know Baldur's Gate from Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I know it from the Forgotten Realms chunk of the tabletop for Dungeons and Dragons. That's what my friends like to play, was the Forgotten Realms stuff.
Some. Do you? Do you know about the connection between them and the Fade, for example?
What is this? Heavy lake effect snow and life-threatening cold and wind chills expected from Monday through Wednesday. Real good thing I work from home. Don't have to worry about that. I ain't leaving the house. It's Dante from Shin Megami Tensei. I don't remember encountering Darkspawn in the Fade.
They do not live there, nor would any
Yeah, we have
Satan
emergency
mage
alerts for that now,
trespass as deeply
just in
into that
case.
realm as the Black City, which lies
It's meant
at
to
its
be a
heart.
hey, dumbass.
Some say the Black City was once
It's
the seat of
dangerous,
the Maker.
even for here in Buffalo.
When the mages
Don't
from the
fuck around
Devinter
out there.
Imperium found a way into
Damn
the
Frost,
city, it
yeah,
was tainted
fucking
with
Frost
their
Death Knights are running around again.
That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
The Chantry says many
It
things.
may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Don't you have any proper advice?
Yes, occasionally it's wise to contemplate one's actions. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Okay. I'm just making conversation, but alright. Loot.
That course of action is inadvisable.
Oh.
Welcome.
74 Warlock, use the boost, and then a 79 Warrior leveled naturally. Nice. I started leveling my Warrior because of you, actually. Like halfway through the second region in War Within.
Yes, and you are a mage of the Circle. You must be familiar with the Tranquil who serve there. I create and oversee the enchantment of weapons and armor for the King's forces here at Ostagar. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its
How are you liking the
wealth.
Warlock so far?
Certainly,
I like some of the changes they made to it. Just makes it hard to play around with in like solo content, I feel. But I also might just be really under-geared on my Warlock, might be the problem. I don't think my Warlock gotten gear upgrades since the Aberrus raid came out.
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create
How come the dwarves can do enchanting,
staff
but they
or the
can't be
flaming
mages?
blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our
Destro's great
former
hit Wither,
talents
Capsule,
that
Chaos,
allows the
Bolt,
Tranquil
Spam. Yeah,
to work with lyrium
pretty good.
so. A true mage could not.
What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium.
Forget the lore on why that
Naturally,
is.
the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What's going on over here? Oh, I can't get over there, I guess. Riddle the class trial casters, only Warlock Destro felt fun. I'm a big fan of Fire Mage myself.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
What's he doing in the Fade?
Perhaps they're scouting for Darkspawn. I don't know, and don't ask. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed. Not even by Grey Wardens.
Okay. I'm a big fan of the Fire Mage personally. I like that one. The Fire Mage and Frost Mage I like quite a bit. I really like the Affliction and Demonology Warlocks. Destro's fine, but it's one of those, like, it's cool, but it's not Fire Mage, and that's why I don't care for it as much. I definitely want to like it more, I just don't. Loot? Fuck.
Hello. It really is good to see more elves here. I'm sorry, but there's so much to do before the battle. I must attend to my...
As long as you're enjoying playing it, though, that's the important part. That's the important part. Oh, there's like no loot here.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked
Red
her
Mage
to
hits
write a
that
note?
Fire Mage proc thing.
Tell
I know
her
you're like,
I
yeah,
will
but
not be
Black Mage
harassed
gives
in
me
this
the big
manner.
burst of damage
Yes,
that Fire
I was
Mage has that I
harassing
like,
you
and that's
by
that's what
delivering a
makes me like it more.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my
I
children
do like my
after
Fire
you.
Force quite a
The
bit.
grumpy one.
Enough. I will speak
I just
to
wish
the
Flare
woman
Star
if
felt
I
better to
must.
hit.
Get out of my way, fool.
It's not a button that feels good to press, and that's my problem with Black
No.
Mage right now. Is it's
One
it's
good
level
thing
100 stuff
light
doesn't feel great.
brings people together.
What do you say? Oh.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the Darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage.
I am indeed a mage.
Really? You don't look like a mage. That is... I mean... How?
Adding, yeah, finishers on top
Wait,
of, which just
I do
creates
know
like
who
these
you are.
weird,
You're Duncan's
like
new recruit
not
from the
flow
Circle
states.
of
There's
Magi.
parts of
should have
14's
recognized
class
you
design
right
that I'm not
away.
a
I
huge fan
apologize.
of. There's parts of it that I like, and there's other parts that's like, oh, now you're just slapping extra shit on top of it that doesn't need to be there. And like I said, maybe that comes from the years of playing World of Warcraft and recognizing as they've made design changes to the game of when you already have what works, and you can see this with some of the hero talents even in WoW, is what's there works really well for a lot of talent trees. But then you look at the hero talents and realize, oh, these don't have as much freedom to choose how you're playing as the talents do. And you can end up going, oh, I've picked my talents and I really like this. And you get the hero talents opened up and you go, oh, these neither option, like my favorite one is Shadow Priest. The two options for Shadow Priest, if you build a certain way and prefer to play Shadow a certain way, you can't use either of the hero talent trees. You just can't use them because they require you to take one of two very specific talents, or they just don't interact. And there's a couple of them like that where you can have a build that you just suddenly don't have a way to actually interact with the hero talents. And that's the issue with wanting to keep adding more and more things on top of it rather than using replacement effects. They are a soft artifact power without being artifact power. It definitely is a design space that is a much better spot for them to work in than what artifacts were. Like, it's night and day how different they actually are overall compared to God, I lost myself. Then for building in that space, then trying to build what the artifact weapons were. And trying to manage the artifact weapons and like maintain those was completely unsustainable. Like they lost the ability to handle that almost immediately. Like that wasn't even like, oh, it broke down like, you know, like patch 7.3 is where it really started. No, it was like immediate that the artifact power system just fell apart.
Good. You didn't exactly catch me at my finest with the mage there. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm
But it's
Alistair,
definitely one of those.
the
There's
new Grey
a lot
Warden.
of the hero talents
Though
are going to
I
be like
guess
the
you
regular
knew
talent tree that I think
As
they're going to
the
be a little
junior
rough
member
for
of
the
the Order,
duration
I'll
of
be
War
accompanying
Within,
you
and then we're going
when
to
you
see some
prepare for the
pretty
journey.
heavy adjustments with the launch of Midnight, and it's going to be like, oh, now this feels really, really good. Like it already feels good as it is, but it can be better, and it just needs to have more room to breathe once they play it. Yeah, they can be tuned and adopted for their space, and you can add more of them without really causing any major situation or problem. Like they could make the next big expansion be, oh, we're adding 3 new hero talent options to every class. And you don't have to add any new talent points. You're just putting an entire new chunk of content into the game. Like here's just more options to play with, which is effectively like adding a whole new classes in some cases.
Right, that was the name. You know, it
Yeah,
just
no, the hero
occurred to
talents
me
I think
that
are very
there
good. I think
never
there's
been
definitely
many
a
women
layer
in
of
the
like
Grey Warden.
14 is good about having very well fleshed out rotations and class design, but I think they're definitely getting to the point of you're adding too much on top of itself, and I think the best place to look at that is really the magic DPS, the older magic DPS like Summoner and Black Mage, where we just keep slamming new replacements that are just kind of more of the same shit over and over again. Like now we have Bahamut 2. What do we get? Phoenix 2 in the next expansion? Like where does it end? Like I wouldn't be averse to them doing a little bit of like retuning of classes instead of adding full new abilities. And that being good. I get like the whole thing of you have to level up to feel like you're actually growing stronger is like ingrained in the player's psyche. But like really looking at how they're addressing that stuff would be nice. What they should work on as opposed to adding more classes at this point, though another plate wearer would be nice. Yeah, another plate wearing class I don't think would be bad. It's just a matter of like what could you put in that doesn't already fit within Paladin, Death Knight, Warrior. Like, that's kind of hard to put in. It would be nice to have, but it's difficult to fit something in that role that doesn't already feel like something that exists. That's why it's been, like, really tough to get new classes in the game, is there's so many options we have. Yeah, but, like, how do you make a Void Knight feel like more than just Paladin but Shadow Magic? Like, how does it not feel like Paladin but Shadow Magic? Like, what do we do there? How do we keep it diverse enough to not just be melee Shadow Priest? Because you already have a dot DPS, a dot melee DPS in 3 different forms that already exist. It's one of those just like making an Assassin Rogue that's plate or Paladin but Shadow doesn't fill a unique enough niche to feel like something new. And that's where it comes down. WoW effectively has 38 classes if you count each individual specialization as its own class. There are already 38 options to play. And then you now count on top of that each class and specialization having 2 new hero talent trees to choose from. So now you then double that variation as well. So you go from 38 to what, 72 different options you could possibly have, not counting the varied variety you can have of different types of builds for each talent tree. That's a lot of choices already. How do you add more to that without it just feeling like the same flavor but like slightly different visual appearance? And you don't ever really want that, because then it's not going to feel unique. You're not going to feel special. You're going to feel like the other Paladin, or the other Hunter, or the other Shadow Priest, or the other Death Knight. You don't want to ever have that. So I definitely get why it's difficult to add new classes, because once you have such a variety, you kind of run out of choices that don't feel homogenous. And you don't want homogeny in your game design. That no one wants that. Spends health on special abilities and gains it back for hitting triggers. Plot and scheme. I can see that, maybe. But then it's also like, how does it fit into the storytelling? You know? Then you gotta fit... Yeah, there's more to the just... Oh, we have the proof of concept, but then you still gotta narrow down, or how does it get into the game? How do we add this in? How does it fit in the story we're telling? If they're gonna add a new class, they're gonna add a new class. But it's gonna be when they decide to add it. There's people have been theory crafting how many different classes for the better part of 15 years. And none of those options have ever made it into the game. I think Demon Hunter being like the one exception that would have been like something people would have expected to have happen. I think maybe Monk as well when they did Pandaria, because like Chen existed in Warcraft 2. So people were like, oh dude, Chen Stormstout would be fun to play as. But like the Evoker was like completely left field. No one saw that coming. You want more women in the world. I mean, we're talking about fucking World of Warcraft and not paying attention to what he's saying.
Lecture or anything. Please stop looking at me like that.
Please stop looking at me like
curious. Have you ever actually encountered Darkspawn before?
Nope.
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow,
the Ivalice armor, yeah, it is basically just the Final Fantasy Tactics gear.
Get things started.
Very basic armor set.
With the mage, the circle is here at the king's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp.
At least these faces are nicer to look at than Oblivion's. I don't say that by much.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back.
I do remember having a friend that like talked about that. Like he didn't care for Oblivion because the characters weren't animated enough, and then like referenced like BioWare's games, and I went, I don't know how much that really adds to what was happening with the games. I just think the focus in Oblivion is on a more stylized approach, which I think is, honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
You gain a new party member. You can press LB or RB to change which party member you're controlling, or press both to select the whole party. Why would I want to do that?
What?
Can I talk to myself?
Do that.
I cannot talk to myself. Yeah, I think Oblivion is a fantastic world space. The same, I think that's true to all the Elder Scrolls games. I think where they really shine is the world itself is vast and something to get like fully delved into to really like engage with.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We
The
don't
fire
need to give
tanks.
anyone
Oh yeah, the
more
fire.
ammunition
The fire
against us.
really game. Really, this
You're
console
right,
does not like
Duncan.
the fire effect
I
at all.
Apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3
That's why, like,
vials of
this is
Darkspawn blood.
going back and playing games
One
like
for
this is
each
why I
recruit.
laugh when people bitch about how games play nowadays. Like, motherfucker, BioWare always had games that ran like dog ass. What are you talking about? That's why I constantly laugh about, oh, these games play so bad, the console's so underpowered. Bro, no, the game is made poorly. They've always been made poorly. These studios have not been able to make a good video game in 20 goddamn years. Special attack, flame cutter. Is that actually one of his abilities? I've never played Final Fantasy VII. I only know Sephiroth from Super Smash Brothers. Oh, frame cutter. It looks like an L on my screen. The font's really small on Twitch for some reason.
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
What's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote
Would all
outposts.
caps be a better
It has
read for
recently
you?
come to
No,
our
no
attention that
shouting
some
in chat.
scrolls have
You don't
been
need to
left
shout in
behind,
chat.
magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What kind of scrolls are they?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities.
Just thinking of solutions.
With so many having forgotten their commitments.
No, the solution, honestly, is the fact that it's nice to have the extra real estate on a 1440p monitor, but it also makes fonts really hard to fucking see.
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
How do we find the archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Trying to figure out how the time warp back to Darnassus, and I had a hard time doing so. Oh, yeah, it should be marked. If you look at the map, there should be like a chat bubble on it. But I do agree that maybe they should have like a different icon for the NPC you can talk to that swaps the regions to another time frame.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly.
Something refers you to the cinematic. Oh, I thought that was who you spoke to have
And
it
may the
swap.
Maker
Is it a
watch
different
over your
character?
path. I will see you when you return.
Wasn't there loot back this way? Oh, we got the other 2 idiots with us now. Maybe I can use one of these guys to... I think this guy's a rogue. Maybe he can open up the boxes. I think it's gone unless you're able to time walk. No, it wouldn't be gone. They didn't remove that from the game.
Done and done.
Oh, we can loot this stuff. This guy is a rogue. Sick. Yeah, you can definitely go back to those. I think it either requires a quest completion, or if you're in Chromie time, it might not let you do that.
Done and
What are these? It's a weapon rune.
Donna.
Yeah, if you're leveling up and in the leveling like phasing, it might not let you do that, is what I'm saying. How do I use these things? How do I use the runes? Huh. I don't know how that works. We have some now, we just can't use them, I guess. Yeah, typically you should be able to talk to that NPC and then switch the time frame, but if the game's got you in the leveling phasing where you're like locked into a Chromie time, or just like on a brand new character for the first time and haven't hit max level yet, it's not gonna, or not max level but level 70, it's not gonna let you switch out of it, because that would break questing and stuff. You're on a 74? It should have let you do that then, unless that's not the NPC you're supposed to talk to. I may just be thinking of the wrong person. There may be another bronze dragon to speak to.
The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.